HD 189733b. From a distance, this might be one of the most beautiful planets ever discovered. It is a deep, bright blue, almost like Earth, but there are no blue oceans here. The color comes from clouds filled with tiny particles of silicate, the same basic material found in glass. And those clouds create some of the worst weather we have ever found. On HD 189733b, it rains glass sideways. The winds can reach around 5,400 miles per hour, 7 times the speed of sound, fast enough to carry the glass almost horizontally around the planet. So if you somehow found yourself inside its atmosphere, you would be hit by a storm of scorching glass moving faster than a bullet, and there is nowhere to wait for it to pass. The planet is so close to its star that a full year lasts only a little over 2 Earth days. Its atmosphere reaches temperatures of more than 1,000 degrees Celsius. And in 2024, scientists discovered one more thing in its atmosphere: hydrogen sulfide, the chemical responsible for the smell of rotten eggs. So one of the most beautiful blue planets we have ever found is actually a 1,000-degree world where it rains glass sideways, and the atmosphere smells like rotten eggs. WASP-12b. Most planets die when their star dies. This one won't get the chance. WASP-12 is being eaten alive by its own star. The planet orbits so close to it that a full year lasts just over 1 Earth day. And at that distance, the star's gravity is tearing the planet apart. WASP-12b is no longer even round. It has been stretched into the shape of an egg. But the crazy part is what is happening to its atmosphere. The star is literally pulling it away. A stream of superheated gas is being ripped from the planet and dragged into space, forming a giant cloud around it. And this is not something that happened millions of years ago. We are watching it happen right now. Every second, WASP-12b loses around 6 billion tons of itself, and eventually, there may be nothing left. Astronomers estimate that the planet has only a few million years before its star completely destroys it. And somehow, that is not even the strangest thing about this world. WASP-12b is one of the darkest planets ever discovered. It absorbs almost all the visible light that hits it. So somewhere in space, there is a nearly black planet stretched into an egg, losing billions of tons of itself every second while its own star slowly eats it alive. WASP-76b. Imagine standing on a planet where the sun never moves. On one side, it is always day. On the other, it is always night. And between them, the weather is made of metal. This is WASP-76b. The planet is locked to its star, so the same side faces it forever. On the day side, temperatures can reach around 2,400 degrees Celsius. That is hot enough to vaporize iron, not melt it. Turn it into gas. The iron rises into the atmosphere, where powerful winds carry it toward the darker side of the planet. And there, something completely insane may happen. The temperature drops, the iron condenses, and it falls from the sky. On Earth, clouds give us water. On WASP-76b, they may give you rain made of liquid iron, and you cannot simply escape to the other side. The daylight side is hot enough to turn metal into vapor. The night side may be covered by clouds that drip it back down. A full year here lasts less than 2 Earth days. So somewhere around 640 light years away, there may be a world with a permanent ocean of daylight on one side, endless darkness on the other, and between them, a storm cycle made of metal. PSRB 1257+12. The first planets humans ever discovered outside our solar system were not orbiting a star like the sun. They were orbiting a corpse. Their names are Draugr, Poltergeist, and Phobator. At the center of the system is what remains of a dead star, a pulsar. The original star exploded, leaving behind a crushed core that now spins more than 160 times every second. It is so dense that a piece of it the size of a sugar cube would weigh around 1 billion tons. And as it spins, it fires powerful beams of radiation through space like a cosmic lighthouse. The 3 planets orbit inside this nightmare. Every day, they are blasted by radiation from the corpse of the star they orbit. There are no normal sunrises here, no warm sunlight, just a dead star spinning in the darkness, flashing across the sky again and again and again. And the craziest part is that these planets may have already died once before. If they existed before the star died, they somehow survived its destruction. If they formed afterward, then new worlds somehow grew from the remains of a dead star. Scientists still debate exactly how this system came to exist, but either way, the result is the same. Draugr, Poltergeist, and Phobator, 3 worlds trapped around a dead star, which is why astronomers gave them the perfect nickname, the zombie planets. Kelt 9b. There are places in the universe where you expect to find extreme heat, inside stars, near exploding stars, and at the center of violent cosmic events. You do not expect to find it on a planet. But then we found Kelt 9b, a planet so hot that calling it a planet almost feels wrong. Its dayside reaches around 4,300 degrees Celsius. That is hotter than most stars in the universe. If you placed our sun next to it, the sun would still be hotter, but many smaller stars would not. And at temperatures like these, normal chemistry begins to break down. On the day side of Kelt 9b, the heat is so extreme that molecules are literally torn apart. Hydrogen cannot even stay together. It breaks into individual atoms. Then the winds carry those atoms to the night side. There, where it is slightly less impossible, they can join back together again. So every day, across the atmosphere of this planet, molecules are destroyed, carried through the darkness, and rebuilt on the other side. But Kelt 9b has an even bigger problem. Its star is also trying to erase it. The planet orbits so close that a full year lasts only about a day and a half. The radiation is blasting its atmosphere away into space, and because the planet is nearly twice the size of Jupiter, the result is enormous. A giant world, hotter than most stars, with its molecules being ripped apart every day, while the planet itself slowly evaporates. Kelt 9b is not just one of the hottest planets ever found. It is a place where the difference between a planet and a star starts to feel disturbingly small. PSRJ 232226550b. The last planet is so strange that when scientists first saw what its atmosphere was made of, their reaction was basically, "What the heck is this?" And that is an actual quote from the research team. It is roughly the mass of Jupiter, but it does not orbit a normal star. It orbits a pulsar, the crushed, rapidly spinning remains of a dead star, and it is so close that an entire year lasts just 7 hours. You could celebrate New Year's 3 times in a single day, but being that close has done something even stranger. The pulsar's gravity is literally pulling the planet out of shape. It is not round. It is shaped like a lemon. And somehow, that is not the part scientists cannot explain. In 2025, the James Webb Space Telescope looked at its atmosphere. Scientists expected to find the usual molecules seen on giant planets: water, methane, carbon dioxide. They found almost none of them. Instead, the atmosphere was dominated by helium and pure forms of molecular carbon unlike anything ever seen in another planet's atmosphere. There was so much carbon and so little oxygen and nitrogen that none of the normal explanations for how a planet like this forms seem to work. And the carbon may do something even stranger. Deep inside the planet, under enormous pressure, it may crystallize into diamonds, which means this bizarre lemon-shaped world may have clouds of carbon soot above and diamonds forming below. Scientists have tried to explain it as a normal planet, but the numbers do not work. They have tried to explain it as the remains of a star that was stripped apart. That does not fully work either. So after everything in this video, glass rain, iron rain, zombie worlds, and a planet hotter than most stars, this may be the strangest one of all, because we know it is there. We can see what it is made of. We just do not know how something like it came to exist. A planet orbiting a dead star every 8 hours, stretched into the shape of a lemon, with an atmosphere that should not be there. This planet does not just look impossible. Right now, scientists cannot explain how it exists at all. If you have any video ideas, you can leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe.